So Happy is the undead player here on the left side of the map, while Mr. Winner is Asmoran, human player at the right side of the map. And I'm curious to see, will we see Mr. Winner expanding, or will it be rifles as he always does? I put 50 cents, my 50 cents on rifles. I don't think that Mr. Winner will expand, but maybe he's gonna surprise me, so let's see.
Ready to work. Job done. Summoning is complete.
So same build order for Happy, Fast Altar followed by Creep. Of course Ziggurat, late Graveyard, Tomb of Relics for a quick Rod of Necromancy, which is going to be available exactly when the Death Knight comes out, so I really like this build order, it's pretty much perfect. Tomb of Relics finishes, Death Knight is out, instantly get the Rod while the Death Knight is already moving, and boom, go to harass. Mr. Winner is gonna finish this camp before Fog Happy arrives though. Actually not finishing the camp maybe, but certainly getting the item, so well done by Imperius, which is the other name of Mr. Winner, Akka.
Summoning is
We don't have an arcane tower into Mr. Winner's base, so easy snipe by Happy. We'll kill the sheep, so he's gonna have more skeletons available. And Mr. Winner needs to take care of his Archmage because he doesn't want to be low HP because he doesn't have any meanings to heal.
Our forces are under attack.
And yeah, it's attack followed by an arcane tower, probably a blacksmith, so it's gonna be rifle push once again.
Our forces are under attack.
We already have a lot of foodies on the field. Mr. Winner trying to go for level 2, but Happy is contesting it and is trying to pull the creeps or simply deny the
Summoning is complete.
experience. More and more damage on the Archmage, so looks like Happy's goal is to just keep the Archmage low at this stage of the game. And he has another coil, so this Archmage needs to run. Good job by Imperius not losing any footmen.
Forces are under attack.
He's trying to split creep with Archmage and foodies, but Archmage needs to pay attention because the Death Knight is still moving, looking for
Our forces are under
him. And I feel like this early game is very good for Happy. Mr. Winner is not achieving anything, stuck at level 1, and to have a good rifle push you want to be level 3 or at least level 2.5, hoping to achieve level 3 while pushing, but certainly not being level 1. And this pressure by Happy is just so strong.
upgrade complete.
You can see that the Archmage can never reach the foodies. Now he's going to go for a boots or a staff maybe. No, he gets Dust of Appearance against Puro, I guess. I don't see any other reason to buy the Dust of Appearance if not for Burrow. But I don't think these fiends have the Burrow upgrade yet. as Happy is not, is tier 2 going for tier 3, and oh, looks like Imperius is going tier 3 actually. So I was expecting a rifle push, but it's not a rifle push. We actually have a one base play, probably Knight's Gyros or something like that, which is something I never see, so it's gonna be interesting to see that, even though I pretty much expect Happy to win this game quite easily. But it's still nice to see a different type of play, because I want to see the build order. So he gets a Blacksmith, if he gets tier 3, he gets the Mountain King, and he builds a Griffon Aviary, so it's going to be Hawks or Griffons.
Our forces are under attack.
So he's going to try to win with Triple Hero and Staff Micro. So he's building a shop to be able to purchase the Staff of Sanctuary. With all of these foodies and the Mountain King, you can easily creep, but the problem is this Archmage still stuck at level 2. Lich is out right now. Bolting the Skeleton to get the guaranteed kill, I agree with that decision, because he would never kill the Fiend, because the Death Knight's got plenty of mana, so I guess he's gonna go for the Mercenary camp right now. And now I'm curious to see what Imperius will produce with his Griffon Aviary. I have no idea. It could be Hawks, it could be Griffins. Epi is going for one Slaughterhouse. Okay, now here's the second one. So of course if the Undead gets Destroyers, then you want to have Hawks. And yeah, it's Hawks for Imperius, and of course Knights. So that's his strategy: one base, tier 3, Knights, Hawks, Paladin. The problem is that, look at these resources. This is so expensive to play tier 3 one base with humans, so damn expensive. And that's why humans always go for the Expo. The staff is 250. So if you want to play like that, you must not lose any single unit. So tier 3 is achieved. The first knight is on the field. Paladin is about to come out of the altar. Animal Ward training for more HP for the knights. Now going for the mercenary camp, finally. Split creeping the MK, which is the right thing to do. It's gonna get level 3 here, so this game looks actually pretty decent for Imperius. Oh, the Paladin stealing the experience from the Mountain King. I think that's a mistake. You really want the Mountain King to be level 3. I don't see the point of creeping the Paladin, of giving this small experience to the Paladin. But I believe that Imperius is confident in his ability to creep one more camp, which is exactly what he's doing. As we see Mr. Winner trying to snipe the turtle, finally getting level 3 for his Mountain King, and now going for the level 2 on his Paladin, so pretty good levels for the human, while Happy is stuck at 3 too, so okay, but Dark Ranger is 1, okay. So slight hero level advantage for Mr. Winner, 3-3-2 versus 3-3-1. But the problem is that the nuke for the Night Owl, oh no, 3-2-1. So actually this is interesting, because the hero levels are a lot better for Mr. Winner. Army size, we have 47 for the Undead, 55 for Mr. Winner. But the positioning is horrible. In other words, the undead is on the chase and the human is on the retreat, so this footman look in trouble.
Our forces are under attack.
I expect a Nova over there. Big Nova indeed, and boom. Goodbye footman. So like I said, the momentum was with Happy, but a Fiend gets ensnared, so ready to Fiend lost. Third Fiend is ensnared by the creeps once again. Terrible fight for Happy so far. Mr. Winner didn't lose anything, I believe. Okay, he lost something. But as always, these destroyers never fall. First destroyer is down thanks to the hawk, but he lost all of his hawks in exchange. 47 food for Mr. Winner, 37 for Happy. Oh my god! The leech was almost about to fall. And looks like Mr. Winner is winning this fight. So Happy needs to play his best micro here to stay alive. He's finally TPing. And very good fight by Mr. Winner. I actually like this style. I don't know if he's gonna win this game in the end, but it definitely looks like it. Maybe not though, because I thought the Paladin would be level 3 after this fight, all of those Fiend skills, but it's still level 2. So if he gets Paladin level 3, which he is right now, it's gonna be very hard for Happy to fight. He needs his best micro to win. Lich is 3 however, so basically this fight is going to come, it's going to be about who focuses better, who micros better, who nukes better. The nuke for the human is strong. Level 2 Holy Light, level 2 Bolt. But the nuke for the undead is also strong. And Dark Ranger is going to be... I'm not sure it's going to be level 3 here. I'm not even sure that Happy is going to prioritize the Dark Ranger. 47 food for Happy, 56 for Imperious, but the army size is in favor of the human. Banshees! Oh, if he's got Master Banshees and if he steals those Knights, Happy's going to win the game, but... Nice web. Very nice web on the... This could be the move that keeps Happy in this game. Keep in mind, if he steals those Knights, then it's over. So I really like what Mr. Winner has been doing so far. I didn't expect that. It was a very solid game plan. It worked very well for him, and he played like a solid close game versus Happy. But now with the anti-magic shell, Undead is so strong. What can you do against Undead? I don't know. They have everything. If you play one base, they can just abuse this anti-magic shell. Look at the bullshit. Look at the bullshit. Level 3 Bolt doesn't do absolutely anything because the Undead has got anti-magic shell, and of course you can't dispel it because you can never afford to build a Sanctum with Priest dispel upgrade. So you can never dispel this bullshit anti-magic shell, and these heroes are basically unkillable because of this spell. So the only thing that Asmoran, Mr. Winner, can do is to kill all of the Banshees, then wait until the spell finishes and then maybe try to snipe the heroes, but that's so hard. Kills the first Banshee, saves the Knight, kills the second Banshee. Very on point the micro by Mr. Winner, loses his first Knight. And Happy's heroes are still untouched. Militia is helping right now. Another Fiend is down. Another Knight is down as well. However, Mountain King gets focused. There's a staff. Mountain King is saved, as we are witnessing an epic fight between the two. But looks like Happy in the end is going to win the fight, and Mr. Winner with the TP, and very nice micro by Mr. Winner. But in the long fight you could see the endurance of the Happy, who's not willing to escape the fight, staying calm. And I think Mr. Winner didn't want to fight without his Mountain King. He knows how important it is to have the bolt, because the Mountain King is the thing that guarantees you the kills, and you don't want to lose that. But actually I like this style because it's kind of different from the same expansion style that we always see. You don't take any damage from the undead by playing one base, and you still make it a close game. So in the end, whoever is going to win, this game was close. Like, Happy won the fight thanks to the great micro, but he might as well lost it if he did some mistakes, because the hero levels for Mr. Winner are very good. Mr. Winner is now on the chase, has to retreat. I don't know if he wanted to go for an expansion. He's got 3 knights on the field, 6 hawks, still 3000 gold in the mine, but the problem is that this undead army is getting bigger and bigger as well. Happy's broken upkeep, he's got now a 60-foot army, and the bigger, I feel like the bigger the undead army gets, the harder it's going to be for the human, the more anti-magic shell he will have to dispel. This is so hard. Anti-magic shell everywhere. And I think this fight doesn't look good for Mr. Winner. This spell is just so strong. Anytime I try to defeat anti-magic shell, I always lose. I don't know what to do against this. You really need priests. Good job sniping the statues, but he has nothing against the heroes, and if you don't kill the heroes, you're gonna lose the fight in the end, I'm afraid. Another fiend down. Knights are doing a lot of damage to the fiends, but a lot of skeletons thanks to the Dark Ranger, and the nuke is going to come. Pretty sure that Happy is going to try and nuke the Archmage very soon after finish off the units. And once the Archmage is gone, the game is going to be over. So don't be fooled by the amount of things that are falling, because it still looks very good for Happy. Invul is used by Mr. Winner. Mountain King is very low and falls, and with it it's gonna be the GG. So I called it. But great play by Mr. Winner. Very good, I didn't expect that. Very strong. But what can you do? I think he played this style in the best possible way you can play it. His micro was on point. But everything got fucked up when Happy got to get the anti-magic shield. Because with the anti-magic shell, you can never focus the heroes. So the only thing he could kill was fiends. But if you want to beat undead, at some point you have to kill their heroes, and you can't do that with those banshees. And that's why people play expansions against undead, because the only way to defeat them is to mass a bigger army, so you can just move into the undead armies and destroy them. Because if you want to play the micro style, I feel like the undead have too many things. They have too many tools. They can afford destroyers, fiends and banshees, which is all that they need. Because statues and destroyers come from the same building. If they want to transition to abomination, they can do that because it's in the same building. If they need vehicles, they can do that because it's in the same building. As human, you can't, because as human, to get the same quality of army, you need like 1 million buildings. You need Arcane Sanctum, you need Workshop, you need Gryphon Aviary, and you need Blacksmith, and you need Barracks. You just need too many things as human to compete one base against the undead. So everyone is saying that, but I think Blizzard should fix that if they want this matchup to be different than the standard mass expansion for the human, because really expansion is the only thing the human can do. Playing one base against an undead who knows what he's doing is like this. If you play against someone who doesn't know that you can use anti-magic shell, some people legit don't know about that. Because maybe they are new, maybe they just bought the game, so they don't know that you can actually abuse that spell, and they might lose to this style. But an experienced undead who has played many games and knows the counter to every strategy is going to apply the right counter, and as human you can't do anything to beat that. So this is my thought on this matchup.